Billy with Gilbert Travels here. I am here at Boston Logan Airport. Just got off a flight with an A220 and now we're on to our next flight in Mint on over to Seattle. It's going to be my third attempt at getting into the old Mint suite, and I've got my seats secured, so looks like this time it's actually going to happen. As well as since I last flew Mint last year, they've launched all new product on board, food and amenities, so I'm looking forward to experiencing that. For right now, I'm going to head over to the Air France lounge, trying to get in with my Priority Pass membership.
JetBlue famously has resisted offering lounges of its own, even for its premium Mint passengers, focusing on the onboard experience itself. However, Boston's Air France lounge is Priority Pass accessible, and it's a short walk away in the international terminal, connected airside. It does have generous amounts of seating, which did fill in as the afternoon wore on. Air France really has a lot of fun with their advertising posters, and this lounge has a good amount of them on display. When I visited, there were some breakfast items still out, as well as a complimentary bar and a decent spread of pre-packaged lunch items. I also noted these aircraft service carts in the corner of the lounge for some reason. Anyway, I grabbed a charcuterie and a cheese box and sat down with a glass of champagne to enjoy them. On the table, you could find a QR code to access the lounge's menu digitally. While this is just a list of those same self-service items that are on display, it was a nice touch that I enjoyed.
Tell you, not a bad selection for a Priority Pass accessible lounge. Real Tanger champagne.
Views overall are quite limited in this lounge, but I did have a front row seat to this Qatar A350 pulling up to the gate before it was time to head over to my plane.
Had a nice little stop there at the Air France lounge. Now it's time to saunter over towards my airplane today. Get on board this A321 over to Seattle in Mint. See on board in seat 4A. So it's interesting, right behind my plane today is the TAP Air Portugal A321 doing their shorter transatlantic routes. So JetBlue has launched a new hard product on their A321 Neo Mint equipped aircraft. They've got one, I think, so far domestically operating with the new product that's going to be the same cabin on the international equipped airplanes. But I wanted to give the original suite a try before reviewing one of those, but I do look forward to reviewing one of the new cabins here eventually for the channel as well.
I had a quick envious look back at the Air France's 787 across the way after my lounge visit, and then turned my attention to this evening's plane, named the Ultamint Experience. This A321 is 7 years old, having flown since 2014, the same year Mint service launched by the airline. It appears to be the third Mint-equipped plane delivered to JetBlue.
Nothing can stop me now. 4A, here we come.
I've been in the paired seats in this aircraft for 2 reviews now, and they are a respectable offering, especially if you know your neighbor. However, today is solo suite time, and here we are at our seat 4A, one of just 4 suites in the 16-seat cabin. While JetBlue is charging more for the 2 larger studios in its all-new cabin, the suites in the original Mint have always been available, first come, first served, at no additional charge. The seat itself is a modified Thomson Vantage product, which is used by many aircraft, including our neighboring TAP Portugal A321 long-haul aircraft. However, JetBlue was the very first one to add a closing door to their business class product, and for those of you who love to watch aircraft reviews, needless to say, this has become a trend. This is just a massive seat. It literally takes up the same footprint as the couples pairs do, so you truly get an incredible amount of space. This seat configuration is commonly called a throne due to the 2 large work surfaces on either side, and it's easy to see why it has earned this royal reputation.
All right, new tuft and needle bedding, new amenity kit, new menu service. So it appears the third time is the charm. I have succeeded in getting into my suite. Nobody's getting me out of here now. We'll get up in the air. We'll have a look at the new Mint services, see if they're an improvement over the already excellent product Mint's been offering for years. So a little seat tour here. Nice compartment inboard of you. Remote for the entertainment. Seat controls, including my favorite massage feature. Got a hanger here for a coat, shoe storage, flip down personal item storage here under the screen. Now this is definitely still what's dated on the aircraft. The screen's not much larger than that A220 in economy I just got off of, but what a ridiculous amount of space this thing has. And this huge console here on the outer armrest with 2 power plugs.
Well, anyway, that's enough about the seat for now. Let's get in the air and find out about this new Mint service.
Runways flight number 197 now departing for Seattle. Captain Myers has advised that once we're in the air, our flight time to Seattle is going to be 5 hours and 46 minutes. We would like to take a moment to welcome you to Mint. We've refreshed the Mint experience with all new curated partners and local favorites. Please scan the code on the back of your menu or visit jetblue.com/welcome to Mint to learn more.
So we were about 30 minutes late getting in the air, but we are up now at cruising altitude. Got above the mist or fog or smoke or whatever was hazing up the skies there around Boston. Bright sunny afternoon now, starting to head west over this country. Got my door closed up, sealed up in my suite here. We go ahead and recline a bit. Definitely a comfortable space. Gotta sit pretty low to not be able to see over the door, at least at my height, but overall, this does not disappoint. The Mint Suite is a great place to be. So a little bit has changed on the Mint service, but one of the things that has stayed the same is they're still doing the tapas style dining. So you still pick 3 out of the 5 menu items that are provided. Got new servingware as well that we're going to see. And JetBlue so far is the only airline in the US that I'm aware of that has brought back real glasses as well as real coffee mugs for their drink service as well. So I think I'm going to start out this flight, try one of their new Mint conditions, be replacement for their previous Mint themed beverage. Got my dinner selections here picked out. As requested, they're going to come by and take a look at what I've selected. I'm not able to make the Mint condition drink on this flight, so went with the old fashioned instead, which I was going to try later anyway. Dinner orders in. Service has started. Got a fruit and nut mix here. And the new old-fashioned drink, which was shaken and poured right here tableside in this real glass. Let's check it out. Very smooth, very fragrant also. Excellent airborne cocktail. Been in the air about an hour now, cruising over Canada. Coming across a little higher cloud layer here, we're racing along parallel with. Enjoying my cocktail. The table is one of the weird things on Mint. And the suite is just the same as the regular seat. It kind of folds out in sort of a leaf here. No adjustment. So it's kind of awkward. Hopefully the new Mint suites they've rolled out have a little better table design. Got some nice red wine to enjoy with my food. Great. Awesome. Well, this looks great. Really beautiful presentation. Really good looking crockery.
Okay, so we've got the wedge salad, got the marinated shrimp, and we have the pork, and the gelato. All around, looks amazing. Can't wait to dig in. Let's check this out. I think this is still a paper napkin, but do have metal cutlery, sea salt, fancy. Very fresh greens. I don't know if you can hear the crunch, but very fresh. Let's try the shrimp. It has a little bit of a shrimp fishy flavor, but I'd say overall this is going to be my least favorite course. But let's try the pork. The pork is excellent. Restaurant quality. Really excellent. Pork is amazing. Yeah, pork is amazing. Alright, see how the dessert is in a minute. The citrusy marmalade covered gelato was a perfect tart palate cleanser after this rich in-air meal. I cannot stress enough that JetBlue's mint catering is at a whole nother level among US carriers. Let's talk now about all the goodies you get on a Mint flight.
One of the other things that's changed on the Mint service now is they used to give you a reusable zip type amenities kit. Now they're using this recyclable packaging. Let's have a look at what's inside. Cream. They also theme these kits depending on the time of day and whether it's an overnight flight and even a flight to the Caribbean. We've got a lip balm. So this is going to be their afternoon kit. Dietary supplement. Gotta say that's a first for an airline amenity kit. Another dietary supplement. Explanation of when to use each item. Kind of interesting. And a wipe. One of the things I really loved on Mint previously was their socks, which were provided by American Apparel. Had a cute JetBlue theme on them. These are the new socks, which I gotta say, I'll have to put them on and give them a shot, but just looking at them, they don't seem as nice and as premium as the previous socks. Eye mask and earbuds can be gotten as on request as well. This is at least an interesting and different take on airline amenity kit. Again, there's some interesting things in here I haven't seen before.
JetBlue also has premium headsets on request, which are also a newly refreshed item. They're not noise cancelling, but they do look sharp, and they have a cute Mint tag on them, and they're comfortable enough, making them overall a decent offering.
Let's check out the new bedding set here. As you can see, it can be configured for several different uses, layouts. So first we have the pillow, which definitely the pillows of a higher quality than the old one used to be. Got a little memory foam feeling to it.
And here, unbeknownst to me at the time, my microphone turned off, so I'll take over to tell you about the blanket. In terms of overall quality of the material and softness, it's a totally respectable effort, especially for a domestic service. However, the big selling point of this design was that it had multiple snap points on it, so it could be configured to accommodate multiple configurations, including making a foot pouch for your toes to not slip out. But, however I tried, I could not get the snaps to work. On closer inspection, they appeared to be warped and bent beyond use, which is really a shame, especially since these blankets are so new. In any case, let's get comfortable and put the bedding to the real test. I mean, let's be serious here. Getting to fly in a lie-flat seat domestically instead of a recliner is always a real treat, and JetBlue Mint is no different. With the seat laid back and the massage feature on, this is one serious way to travel. Overall, here are my thoughts on the seat as a bed. It's a little bit snug at the shoulders, but it was long enough for me at 6'2", and I didn't find the footwell to be overly constrictive, even though it is narrower than the standard seats. For privacy, this is where the suite shined. The door is kind of a gimmick sitting up, but I would really feel tucked away and able to maximize my sleep on the short domestic red-eye services that Mint provides. Now that we're about halfway across the country, I decided to get up for the lavatory, stopping by the generous snack pantry that is available to both Mint and economy customers to get a snack or a refreshment at any time in the flight at no charge. You gotta love that about JetBlue. Then it was time to return to my cocoon in the sky with 3 hours left in the air. Well, if there's still one thing to be excited about on JetBlue after your meal service, it is their airborne coffee. Featuring in-air cappuccinos that are truly excellent with a sturdy ceramic coffee mug worthy of the experience. I added some Goody Girl cookies I picked up from the pantry, and I want you to tell me this doesn't look like a great in-air pick-me-up. Plenty of high-quality, international business class products don't even have a cappuccino like this. The lights were dimmed, and I sat back to soak in the relaxation that comes with such an excellent in-air experience. This is just the kind of flight that makes this hobby excellent, but the hours certainly seem to pass by more quickly in Mint. Before we come in for a landing, let's talk about today's booking.
This is my third time flying Mint, and it's also my first time flying with JetBlue since they partnered with American Airlines, and I'm now able to credit this flight to my American Airlines account, get redeemable and qualifying miles and dollars for this flight, which definitely makes taking Mint that much more lucrative for me, since that spend now counts towards my American Airlines status.
I know, I live in Washington now and I fly out of SeaTac, so Mount Rainier is always going to be there, but I just can't tire of these views and the surrounding landscape, which were just magical this evening. Bathed in golden light, obscured by fog and cloud layers, I just had to push the limits of looking out the windows from my throne seat this evening because the views were just so good. And while I was soaking this in, the final touch of service, the parting gift, was handed out by the flight attendant. On the one hand, this is such a nice touch, but I will say I liked the previous Milk Bar cookies very much, so it was sad to see those go. That still can't take away from the quality of JetBlue's Mint cruise. I was looked after fabulously this evening, addressed consistently by name despite having no status with the airline. And it's the little touches like that that show that service still matters to the cabin crews on JetBlue. Mint is so good that I have plans to fly it again later this year with my family and not make a review, just treat them and myself to the experience. I hope you can find a way to do the same. I have already seen Mint fares falling under $400 again at the time of this release, and it's just a superb way to cross the country. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the views on tonight's landing, and don't forget to stay to the end for my closing thoughts.
Time is now 8:25. Please remember to keep a healthy distance from other travelers as you leave the plane. We thank you for cooperation. We hope you and your loved ones remain healthy and safe. On behalf of all of us here at JetBlue, especially this Boston-based in-flight flight crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight and hope to see you again soon.
Welcome to Seattle. Thank you for flying with us this evening. We'd like to take a special time here to wish a very happy birthday to one of our flight attendants' mother, who happens to be on board, Mrs. Maldonado. Very happy birthday to you. Feliz cumpleaños.
Thank you.
Well, we got off of the South Terminal. Get back over to the main terminal here. Do a wrap up, give you my closing thoughts on today's flight. So, let's go over some questions on tonight's flight. Is the JetBlue Mint Suite indeed that much better than their regular Mint seats? Yes, it is. Now let's talk about their new service. What I did like is the food and beverage service. I think was an improvement over what was also already a good product. I appreciated the return of glassware. It was kind of a mixed bag on the bedding. The pillow was better, but really the blanket was kind of a disappointment since the snaps were already broken for the added features on it. And I think the amenities kit is a pretty solid downgrade over the full kit that they used to provide, even though I understand the concept of trying to save waste. I like the full amenity kit a little bit better. But overall, Mint is still a super amazing way to fly cross country here in the US, so I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. Billy here with Gilbert Travels, and I'll see you on the next flight.
Please remember to like, comment, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be made aware first when more content is available. As always, thanks for watching.